Hello, my beautiful friends, and welcome. Love you guys. Great being with you here today. So, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. However you want to say I don't care, it's not very pleasant, right? But yet, we need to say I don't care. And there's some times in our life that we get to where those are the most important words or the most important thoughts that you could possibly imagine. And you think, well, how could that possibly be? Well, the reality is that caring and not caring can be synonymous to letting go or holding on to. So when people get to the point where in a relationship where, say there's been fighting for many years or weeks or months, and finally one of the people or both of the people get to go, I don't care anymore. I don't care about you, I don't care about the relationship, or I don't care about what we were fighting about, and I just don't care. They no longer care about each other, or you can get to go, I no longer care about my position in it, and I don't want to fight about it anymore. We can let it go and then maybe come at it and talk about it in a way that's helpful. That's one aspect of this that I want to talk about. The other aspect of this that I think is vitally important is in our own minds to get to where we don't care about the voices inside of our head. And I'm not saying we don't listen to them. I'm not saying that we don't get help if they're scary or completely ignore them like a crazy person or whatever. Obsess, ignore, whatever. And a little disclaimer here, this is a conversation. If any of the words I say agitate you or make you worried or concern you or do anything to raise your levels, get help, because help is always good. These are conversations to bring up issues that we all, from time to time, need help with. At least most people do. Okay. All of us have these voices in our head, right? In old writings it's called the ego, and then you have the ego, the superego, the id, and all these things that are vying for our attention in our minds when we're trying to live this interesting reality that we're in. But to draw your attention for a second to our furry friends, they don't have ego, or at least if they do, it's not very much. How many times have you seen a dog worry about how they appear, or looking over at another dog sipping out of their water bowl and slopping water on the ground and go, look at that guy, get water all over the floor and it's dripping out of the corner of his mouth. He looks absolutely silly, right? Dogs, animals, cats, they don't care about those sort of things. They do have things they care about, obviously, but they don't have the ego getting in the way of what they need to do. I mean, they're unabashed. I mean, you can have Dandelion the cat in Mrs. Tight Butt's front yard going to the bathroom, and the cat doesn't care at all. You can fuss at it, and it's like, what's wrong with you, man? I'm doing something here, okay? Just leave me alone. So anyway, the difference being with humans, we do care about the voices in our head, and it separates us to a large degree from animals. So what to do with these voices, because there's me, whatever that is, and then there's the voice in my head, whatever that is, and then there's our bodies, our souls, our minds, all these things that we can talk about. Well, when the voices get too loud in our head, we can always do the center ourselves, like I always encourage people to do. Breathing is the breath of life. It is so good for you. Breathe often, breathe deep. Find peace and breath in the universe, and God has provided that for us. How many times have you heard, just be yourself, or I'm going to be myself, or let us be ourselves, or we're not going to be like everyone else while we're exactly like a small group of everyone else. But we have these sayings that make sense and at a very superficial level, but when you look at it, we want to say, what does that really mean? When the voice in my head tells me, the biggest critic, not my neighbor, not the internet, not whoever it is trying to control you, and there are a lot of people that try to control you for more reasons than it would take video cameras in the world to define all of them. Today I'm more concerned about the voice in our head, and I think it's actually helpful for me to give it a nickname. For my nickname, Ditchy would be a great name. And for those of you who are not familiar with American culture or the family that I had known in my childhood, a ditchy is when your underwear gets all bunched up where it's not supposed to be and is very uncomfortable and distracting. And that's the way your voice in your head can be. It keeps you from walking the way you want to walk, it's distracting, it's uncomfortable, and it keeps you from getting to where you want to go comfortably. So when Ditchy starts to talk, I will acknowledge it and say, okay, what is it that you want from me? Why are you discouraging me from doing what I want to do? What is my inner voice telling me? Is it real? Is it fake? Is it something I need to consider more or not? And I don't know that we have to go through that process every time. Sometimes it's just we know we need to do something and Ditchy is talking and you need to pull down on Ditchy and go, no, I need to do whatever. I'm a very shy person, hard to tell here, but I'm very introverted and shy. Even going into a store can be hard for me at times. It depends on my mood. But just centering myself, going and doing it. So when that voice comes in your head and you feel paralyzed, you feel the beginning of anxiety, you feel the beginnings of doubt, insecurity, what are other people thinking, what do I think other people are thinking of me, and what am I thinking, and I'm thinking of other people thinking about me, and you're going around and around in all these circles. Stop, drop, and roll. No, wait a minute, that's the wrong one. That's when you get caught on fire. No, center yourself, relax. What is the voice telling you? Is it the normal time when that voice talks to us, it's telling us that we need to be careful. It's more comfortable to be where we are. There's no reason, no need to get hasty and get out and expose ourselves to something new that may cause us pain, or better yet, cause the light to shine down on us and people will know that underneath our clothes we're naked. Because we all are. We're humans, we're all the same. The old saying, we all put our pants on one leg at a time, is a great saying, good thing to think about. So back to the voice. Don't let it stop you from doing what you need to do. I don't care. I don't care what the voice says. I'm running low on money. I don't care. Do I need to find some money? Yes, I do. And we need to be busy doing that. We need to analyze things. But to live in fear of that is just going to keep you from getting where you need to go. Please don't let the voice get in the way of your dreams. If you cannot put a lot of time into something you'd really like to do, you have something you think will help society, maybe make you a little money in the process, and you can't spend your prime time, your 8 to 5 or whatever it is that you work, put 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 2 or 3 hours a day into your side hustle. Make it something. You will enjoy yourself. Life is not about ease necessarily, and there's nothing wrong with ease. I take plenty of time to do what I'd like to do. But life, whenever you accomplish something, you get that brief, like, I've done something. Whenever you've helped somebody, even if you've helped yourself, helped your family. I've been doing some small remodel projects around here and finally getting a couple of them actually where they look done. They're not completely done. And it feels good. So don't let that voice get in the way of your dream. Start today. Give it some time. Every day. At least do not skip 2 days in a row. Don't take a weekend off. Take one day off if you have to, if a family event comes up or whatever, and I'm not talking about emergencies, and let's be serious here, okay? So get to your dreams, live your dreams. Don't let the voice in your head get in your way. Certainly don't let the voices in other people's heads, their projections on you, their limitations get in your way. And if you're a parent and you wonder why your children are struggling with you sometimes, if they feel controlled by you or judged by you, even if you hadn't done it for years, they still feel that way. Sincerity, honesty, letting go of them as best you can. It's very difficult to do. We want to protect our children and we like to have them with us and all those things. But have this conversation with them, saying, I understand the voice in my head. I understand that I've implanted a voice in your head and I wanted you to be the person I wanted you to be, but now I want you to be the person you want to be. And don't let that voice get in your head. Don't let the piece of that voice that I put in your head get in your way. The good, keep the good, throw out the bad. All right? Short, sweet. Love you guys. All the love, all the power. And we'll look forward to seeing you again on Sunday. I'm trying to get out one Sunday and Wednesday. Well, today is Thursday and it won't be out till Friday, but it's close. All right? Have a good evening. Bye.